Alright, y'all, man, if y'all do not know where we're at right now, allow me to tell you. And if you're not familiar, after I tell you, maybe, well, matter of fact, I'll card it right here. This is what y'all need to watch. Or, matter of fact, in a few seconds, so I can get it out first. This here is the Walmart I was at in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's on the north side. And this is where I was at when I was in my truck camper. And I was actually, okay, so home and pharmacy right over here. And right next to the handicap parking over there was where I was parking at. Where I was parked at the day they came and repo'd my truck. So, I mean, to be back over here, to be in the van, you see we got the kayak loaded down. I know this is kind of like a cut from Arkansas to back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, but we've now got this van, which used to look like this right here, and now it looks like this right here. You know, the story and the contribution to this van is kind of crazy because this right here is pretty much a big gumbo pot of community. Without everybody that is a part of the community in whatever regard it is, none of this would have been possible. Literally, had got the truck repo'd, and I had maybe like 50 bucks on me at the time. I probably had 50 bucks period. So I went inside and I bought a little wheel around roll bag, and I was walking around Greenwood district, which is where like the Black Wall Street, and I did a video on that if you want to watch it. Now I'll card it. And anyway, I was walking around wheeling my little bag with the stuff I took out. The repo man let me get some stuff, just a couple essentials. So I grabbed like a change of clothes, hygiene bag, just stuff you kind of need. And I remember, man, I was over here and I was sitting on this hill back there. It's right over here. It's kind of dark right now, so I'll probably give y'all a better visual during the morning. And I was just kind of hanging out there. I'm like, man, what are we gonna do now? So I had 50 bucks, about $30 or $40 went to buying the wheel bag just so I could roll my stuff around, so I could still make the Tulsa Massacre video happen, because I was literally finishing up, like self-educating myself on it and kind of doing the finishing touches on the Greenwood district, on the Greenwood district. And in about an hour, I was gonna roll up out of Walmart and we were gonna go over there and I was gonna shoot the video how I planned. But my boy Mike Beavers, man, he pulled up in front of me and I was parked over there, like I said, on the other side. And long story short, he's like, man, the truck's up for repossession. So I got like my duffel bag worth of stuff that I needed, and I was just kind of hanging out, man. And I sat here for like I don't know how many hours, but I was here all day. I was even trying to get a ride to like anywhere that wasn't just in the middle of Walmart. Like, I was pretty stranded, you know. So I mean, praise God, thank God that I have some good friends that can come through for me and strong community, because honestly, without either one of those things, man, I don't know, it would have been a lot different. The outcome would have been a lot different. So I sat out here, man, went inside, we got the bag, did the history on the massacre, and then the Uber, somehow the Lyft was like $6 over there. I was like, well, I got 10 bucks left. It's cost me $6 or $7 to take the Lyft over there. Otherwise I was gonna walk, and I think it was like 5 miles, but it was kind of hot, so I was like, all right. And then my boy Logan, man, he came all the way from Wilmot, Arkansas, which is about 6 to 7 hours out here, picked me up. We drove all the way back to Wilmot, and I hung out there for, man, I'm not sure, I can't remember how long. Maybe let's say like 2 weeks to a month. I can't remember exactly the time frame, but looking back on it, we can figure it out. I was talking to my friends. They were like, man, you should try to do a GoFundMe. And I was like, all right, well, by the end of it, obviously I agreed with the idea, and I posted a GoFundMe, and man, there was just an abundance of love and support, in a way that it's kind of like my first time experiencing that. So in itself, it was a very kind of like surreal situation. And long story short, that gave us enough money to buy a van, which is this beautiful van that y'all looking at right here. And then we registered it, and I put insurance on it, because if y'all didn't know, I didn't have insurance on my truck because the insurance was like $500 a month. Now you can argue with that or not believe it or whatever, but it was $500 a month for me. Don't know why. It was a what do you call it, a vehicle you're paying on, finance vehicle, so they need full coverage and whatever. For whatever reason, I didn't have a bad driving record. My insurance was $450, $500 a month. On top of that, my truck note was like $650. And yeah, I just couldn't afford that anymore, man. My life changed dramatically, and you know, here we are now. So it's just really crazy to be back over here, and I feel like man, I don't really have the words. I feel like everything turned around in such a crazy way, and I'm just grateful, man. I'm grateful for everybody that helped me out. I'm grateful for everybody that cared, people that checked on me. But you know, I give all credit to God for sure for everything that's happened so far. I mean, I came from a situation where I had a truck. I couldn't afford the truck note anymore. I couldn't afford the insurance. I was really like losing my mind at the time when I started doing YouTube. So to be where we're at now is such a blessing, man. And from going from the truck to transitioning over to this van has been like so amazing, man. I'm riding around legally. I can afford my bills off of what I make on social media now. Man, my stress level has gone from here above the frame to like it's phenomenal. And so that's where we're at, man. We're at the Walmart where they repoed my truck, man. Oh, Mike Beaver's got me. Once we leave Tulsa, I will be going to Wichita, Kansas. And from that point on, that is all new terrain that haven't traveled in the truck. So we will officially be back on track and moving forward. With all that being said, so I came here tonight. I was gonna do a video where I make some, I was gonna say beef jerky, but it's actually deer meat, so it's gonna be deer jerky, which is what I prefer anyway, so it works out for us. So tonight, I got some stuff from the grocery store. We're gonna go ahead and I'm going to prep our jerky meat, and we're gonna go ahead and get it seasoned up and marinate it and let it sit overnight. But apart from all that, let's go ahead and get in here. And for tonight, like I said, we're just gonna prep the meat, and then tomorrow, I kind of got like a little recipe or a guideline I'm following that I've compiled with a few different resources. And inside door number one, we got the ice cold, by the way. Like I said, I will be doing a video on that in the near future, separately for ice cold. But this is our new upgraded unit. This is some groceries my boy Noah hooked me up before we hit the road with. And we got some deer meat. He just gave me some cool country stuff that you can't get unless you get it from somebody you know. So he hooked us up with the good personal hookup, good personal setup, whatever, you get it. But go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and get this meat out and get to prepping it. So I'm actually gonna cut the lights on tonight, so y'all be able to see them for the first time officially in the video, other than me just showing y'all for display purposes. Hey, this is Mikasa, Sukasa. Nah, but this is it, man. Y'all check it out. This is where all the magic happens. And by magic, I mean nothing. All right, man, let's break out this venison. And boom. Yeah, we're gonna get these pieces cut up. I've got some Ziploc bags so I can cut it up, and we'll put it in a new Ziploc. For seasonings, we got some soy sauce. What we got? Toothpicks. This is because I'll be doing it in the oven, and what I'm gonna do is cut them up into little pieces, toothpick the tops, and then I'll use like the rack as like a little partition to hold it. Tin foil so we can catch the drippings in the bottom of the oven. And then for our seasonings, pretty simple. Garlic powder. We got some minced onion. I was looking for some onion powder, but for some reason they didn't have it. And I also got some liquid smoke. We'll throw a little bit of that on there, just because I'm kind of curious as to how that will come out. I think it would add a good little flavor. Got got some butane. This is just one can. I got a couple more. And usually one of these cans lasts about 2 hours. A couple people, man, who make beef jerky regularly, I guess, they said when you do it on like 170 for 5 hours. But some people's ovens don't go down that low, so an alternative was 200 for 4 hours. So I've got 3 cans of butane, which is roughly equivalent to 6 hours, which is, you know, kind of sort of. So that should carry us through. We're just gonna have to maintain the temperature, let it roll. I'm gonna let it go for 5 hours at 170, and hopefully we get some good jerky. Like I said, this is my first time ever making jerky, period. And my inspiration for even wanting jerky is I had some deer jerky as a kid, and I've just always loved it, absolutely loved it. And we're finally, I'm making my own now. So I mean, this is pretty cool. And no dehydrator. This is kind of like a work with what you got scenario, so I'm kind of excited to see how the oven process comes out. I've also got some crushed red peppers. They're underneath my bed right now, so I had to move the camera to get to them, so we'll catch that in a second. But crushed red peppers seem to be a must for everybody that ever made jerky, and I didn't want to miss out on that golden rule. And everybody said make sure you cut against the grain, so that way when you go to eat it, it's a lot easier. I'm gonna get these into some small enough pieces against the grains like this, kind of at an angle. Well, might want to cut these in half and just kind of leave it how it is. And these little medallions. That's a nice little thin piece. This one's a little on the thicker side. I guess we'll just work on getting them thinned out. However, you know, it ended up working out.
I wanna pick you up from the ground, let you know that I'm always around. 'Cause I know we can make it, yes we can make it if we try. Keep on trying. You got it. I believe in
All right,
you.
now we got our meat. Now, let me see. Well, I was gonna wash my hands, but I guess I'll go ahead and bag this up first. Somewhere online I saw that you can pretty much let this stuff sit in the sun for like, I don't know, 8 to 12 hours, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me, but I think I'm gonna try that method in the future, just because. Let me get this little bit of membrane off. Boom. Perfect. Boom. Professional butcher. All right, but yeah, we got some nice thin little pieces of meat against the grain. Boom, 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 boom. All right, now let me get my hands washed up real quick, and then we'll come back. We'll work on getting our seasonings. We'll get everything in here, mix it up good, and we'll let it sit in the fridge overnight. Like I said, I think minimally people say about 5 hours. Some people do it a day. I mean, you know, people just marinate at different times. We're gonna do overnight in this case because it worked out that way. And yeah, we're gonna wake up in the morning and we're gonna get on it and get that thing going in the oven. All right, this is for everybody that wants to see kind of how I navigate in here. You kind of just crawl around and voila. I want to go ahead and get cleaned up. And it does feel pretty cozy back here, I'm not gonna lie. Like, opposed to the truck, when I was in the truck, it was so crowded. Like, I mean, this is kind of tight too, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's a lot more spacious than in the truck, so I kind of like it. First person POV of the crawl back to the front. And then boom. This is kind of our little messy setup we got going right here. Got the fan blowing on me. It actually feels really good. And I just kind of let my shower bag, like my little, you know, I call it my shower bag. The bag I take when I go shower at Planet Fitness. I just kind of let it chill on top of my bed typically. And yeah, this is our little table. Now we're on the seasoning process, and I might as well go ahead and grab the crushed red pepper. I got this bed platform on a little hinge, so it just comes up, and then I've got this little manual. manual little mechanism. Boom, I got my slappy mama right here. Some crushed red pepper. Magical bag of meat here. Also got some Worcestershire sour sauce. Forgot to add that, but this is a low sodium one just because I don't like too much salt. I try not to go crazy on the salt. Low sodium soy, that's just me. All right, well, let's go in first with that W sauce. Get that in there first hand, just because. I'm gonna do this W sauce a little generously, because I always do. I'm just a Worcestershire sour sauce kind of guy. All right, now, yeah, it looks good to me. Looks perfect. We'll go in with our little soy. Go in with a little soy there. The amount of red pepper I have in this little bag, perfect amount. Just gonna go ahead and dump the whole thing in. Perfect. Get it in there. I don't want too much garlic. Should be good right there. Now, my boy Noah said don't go too crazy with the liquid smoke because if you use too much, it can mess your meat up. So we're not gonna go too heavy on it. But man, that hickory, whoo! Lord have mercy. Yeah, so we're just gonna go. Y'all can watch me here. Let's hope that's not too much. It didn't seem like too much, but I guess we'll find out in the end. All right, everything looks evenly dispersed. All right, so now we got our bag of meat that's gonna marinate overnight. Like I said, we're gonna throw this in the fridge, get all this cleaned up, and tomorrow, well, need to wash that. And then tomorrow, I'll check back in. We'll go ahead and get this thing loaded up in the oven, and yeah. Hey, look, y'all, man, I'm at Walmart. I was just about to get on that beef jerky, and then so this little car came up, and hey, my boy Malcolm ended up in the van. Y'all check him out, man.
What's up, y'all, man?
Hey, he said he's been here since the beginning, since I had the truck. He said he recognized the van, so I mean, it's just super cool. I'm glad he came check it out. Now we gave him the tour. Yeah, I told him what we about to do. We got the little deer jerky going down today, as y'all can see. We let it marinate overnight for like 12 to 16 hours, however long it's been. But yeah, nah, we got our first, or not our first, but we got another victim. Nah, but yeah, what you want to say, dude?
Man, nothing, man. I like the van. I like the setup. I just been watching since you got the truck taken from out here, man.
Man, yeah, dude. Hey, he said his girl wouldn't believe him that he saw me today, so now we gotta put him in the video, make her a believer. Yo, so I just got off the table, my little fold-up cooking table, and we got it set up. I'm gonna be putting the oven right here. We got a good wind block, and it'll kind of help us maintain our temperature and have it outside the van because it's definitely way too hot to have an oven rolling for 5 hours inside the van. I'm just not, I don't even care to attempt that. But got the doors open, we got some good circulation, got the fan on, even though honestly, probably don't need it. All right, so we're gonna be breaking out the oven for the first time on the channel. And this is what it looks like right here. And basically, how it works is we get our corresponding Coleman burner, and basically the oven just sits on top of the flame, and you know, it's just kind of a primitive way of heating it up and distributing the heat. But this right here is our little grate we're gonna put on the inside, and we're gonna toothpick up all the meat, and then the toothpicks will sit like this, holding it in, and then we'll aluminum foil the bottom. So, you know, just because I don't like to have all my stuff messy, and we'll let it roll. We're gonna have to monitor it because we are gonna be going off of a butane can. So yeah, we'll just have to check in periodically, make sure the temperature is maintained about at 170, and let it roll for 5 hours. Then we'll go ahead and get this in here, hanging up at the highest level. Even though our meat's not like long strips, but if it was, it'd be able to just right in there. All right, let's get to business. skewer it, however you want to pronounce it, and then boom, set it on top. And we'll do that to every piece. And I'll go ahead and time lapse this part. All right, man, we got our meat all inside the oven. This is our result, and I gotta say, it looks pretty good. It looks how I wanted it to come out, so I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling confident, guys. I'm feeling confident. How do I feel it'll be? 10 out of 10. Gotta say it, even if you don't feel it. You gotta manifest it. Confidence is key. Nah, but let's go ahead and move this thing over and move it to our cooking station for the day. We're gonna let it hang out right here for the next 5 hours or so. All right, guys, so I'm gonna start off with a fresh can of butane, and that's just so I can have an accurate like estimate on our fuel consumption, fuel level, all that good stuff. And if I can get this thing level real quick. Now we got our little tabletop kind of straightened out. Let's see here. Go ahead and get this thing fired up and get our temperature up to 170. There's like a needle for 175. I just go at 175, honestly. All right, we got our flame on. Y'all not able to see that, but I can. So we're just hitting the 2 hour mark, and this is kind of how we're looking so far. Honestly, it's coming along pretty good. Show you all a little piece. Drying out pretty nice. It's got some moisture still on the inside, but I mean, it's drying out pretty good, so we're getting there. Oof, I know it's hot. All right, well, I'll see y'all probably in the next couple hours. All right, y'all, we just now hit 4 hour mark, and pretty much been maintaining right in here. These pieces of deer meat shriveled up quite a bit. And this is what we got here. This is kind of our byproduct of 4 hours worth of waiting. And surprisingly, we're actually still in the exact same can of butane I started with. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. So these things are pretty shriveled up. I'm gonna go ahead and get them all off, and we'll get them in a bag and do a little taste test. All right, man, I got batch number uno out of infinity. So let's do let's do an honest review on my own product. And I'm gonna start out by saying, let me pull a few out here. Hold them like some spades. Looks a little dark, looks a little, I almost wanna say a little burnt. So we'll start there. Now, they said you want these things to bend but not break. Hey, we got some bendage, brother. All right, now let's taste it. Well, got my hair. Huh. Little dry. Personally, I think something's need to be improved about the seasoning. I'm not sure what, but I like the chewiness. Man, it's really not bad. I mean, first time ever, man. I mean, not the best, but I'm pleased. I will say that. This is my problem though. When I had some deer jerky as a kid, I feel like it's the best thing I ever had. So I was kind of chasing that taste, and I don't know the recipe. So I think I found some disappointment that this doesn't taste exactly like that. But it's all right, because I'm gonna be doing some beef, and I'll be able to get some more consistent cuts, some longer pieces, and all that good jazz. But anyway, I mean, I give it probably on beef jerky, I don't know, 5 out of 10. Being honest, this stuff is really not that good for real. But think I keep eating it because it's the fruits of my labor. So that's like what makes it taste good to me, I guess. But like, I don't know, I can't stop eating it. Might need to get the temperature a little lower. I don't know, I'm just thinking here. Take the moisture out slower, or have thinner, more consistent cuts of meat. That's all I can really think of. As far as the seasoning goes, I'm just gonna take some trial and error. But good enough, y'all. Look, them pretty much ran through the bag. It's a judge-free zone, safe place. Y'all relax, don't say nothing. But either way, guys, I'm about to walk over here. I'm gonna show y'all the exact parking spot I was sitting in whenever my truck got repoed, and I'll kind of show you like how the day went when I was at Walmart. Just like a quick little walkthrough of what happened. And like I said, if you haven't checked out the video, go check it out. I did a cool little history on the Greenwood district. So I mean, whether you care about the truck being repoed or not, the Greenwood district was fun, very informative, and that's some cool knowledge, I think, at least. I'm biased. All right, man, we walking up. I'm gonna show y'all, like I said, I'm gonna show y'all the parking spot I was in when they rolled up on me, and just kind of like how the first, I don't know, maybe like about an hour went. We'll just kind of go through like a summary. I think the craziest part is, man, this is where a chapter ended, and it's where a new one's beginning. So it's like, dude, I'm just finding so much comfort in this and being here. Guys, right here, they got the handicap, and then where this Lexus is at, I was facing that way. So I was right here in this spot, man. And then the tow truck driver came up. He rolled up right in front of me. He got out the truck, doop, 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 doop. Walked up to me right here. He was like, man, basically I'm repoing the truck. Just cut all the other stuff. And then I packed my bag. And if y'all remember that little loophole, boom, put my bag right here. And then for the next hour, I just kind of chilled and hung out on the wall up here, on the side of the gray wall. And I was like, man, I think it was like 8 in the morning. So I'm trying to figure out like what we're doing now. So I came over here, walked my bag over, sat down, kind of parlayed. And then after I got some kind of idea, I was like, all right, dude, let me go spend my last little bit of coins and get a rolling bag so we can walk around with it and get this video done. So then, what's up, buddy? So came in here, boom, got to the bags. Nah, it's just a regular Walmart, nothing crazy to see. But so I came. I had my bag, I put it in a buggy, and I was just rolling through here with it. And then when I got over here, I'm like, dude, why are the bags so high? Because I was like, man, I should be able to get one for about 20 bucks. And I believe the one I got was like a $40 setup. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry. All right, this is where the bags are. So I came on, and then I wonder if they still got the one I got. Oh, that's not a roller. Too high. It might have been, I know it's a 3-piece set, something like that. It was one just like that. I don't know if it was the exact one, but 3-piece. It had like a regular duffel, a small bag. Oh, this was the one. Oh, snap. Yep, that's the one right here. Loaded all my stuff up. Like I said, I had like 50 bucks. I spent 40 on this, or this little bit, $42.76 with tax. We was rolling around Greenwood district. And then I spent the rest of that little bit I had to take a lift over there. Like I said, like $6 or $7. And I'm like, man, they're not gonna believe me. Then my truck got repoed, and then I got all this cool stuff. Like I got a new bag. I got a lift over there. I ain't do it. But it was my last little bit, man. And then fast forward 4 months later now, we're back here. We got the van. We got everything going on. Everything we could possibly ever want or need in the van. And man, this is what a transformational period it's been. This was kind of like a quick little crash course For everybody that is familiar, I don't want to spend too much time, but definitely want to let y'all know. And I came out, and then I was like, man, where do I need to go? I don't have anywhere to go. So then that hill back there, y'all can see it, right by the Burger King. I said, man, let me head to the hill. And then I sat over there, called the Uber up to the Burger King, hit the hill up, called the Uber, or the Lyft, it was technically a Lyft. And then we hit the town, man. I think I'll even head to the Greenwood district and show y'all where I took the GoFundMe picture, where I was laying down just kind of outside of the area, because it started to get hot. It's kind of like heat of the day. And I was like, man, I need to wait till it gets a little, like the sun starts going down a little more, since we're gonna be walking the town and exploring. And then 4 months later, man, 4 months later, this is us, man. Insurance, no truck note, 1,000,000 times less, or 1,000,000 times more stress-free. It's the weight off my shoulders, man. And you know, like I said, I can say it 1,000,000 times. Honestly, I couldn't have done it without any of you guys. And moving forward, man, it's all full throttle. We're gonna have it going on like Donkey Kong. So anyway, y'all, man, let's head over there. I'll show y'all the little Greenwood district area, or the spot I was at when I was kind of chilling underneath the overpass area. And I'll probably go ahead and conclude it right there. I'll be over here a couple more days, and I'm shooting out. We are making our way to Oregon, so don't worry, man. We got a lot of new road to cover and a lot more great adventure to come. These tracks is kind of what acted as the dividend. And right about, let's see, right in this vicinity from this little Volvo to the porta potties, somewhere in this vicinity, they didn't kind of change it up a little bit, so it looks a little different now, but that's where I was at, man. What a time, man. What a blessing. Well, y'all, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up right here. It's been a fun day, been a fun time. I'll just kind of leave it there because I don't want to sound like a broken record. But yeah, man, if you made it to the end, thank you for watching. If you're new, welcome to the family. Oh, and then I want to give a special thanks to my Patreons. And if you want to join the Patreon, I put the link down the bottom. Y'all just check it out. It's $4 a month. Y'all support your boy, Big Nug. And I'll also be interacting on there more often. And I'll be posting videos on there that I don't post on YouTube. And I'm actually in the process of working on my first one as we speak. So that'll be an exclusive Patreon. Either way, whether you're on there or not, doesn't matter. Still love you all the same. And by the Malcolm, man, thanks for coming to say hey, man. It meant a lot. It was cool hanging out. Enjoyed your company. And as always, man, this Big Nugget, and I'm out.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack Mr. Magic Molly Mall.